Hello and welcome to this new episode of Continuum Gaming, and today we are going to have a look at 3 different games for Windows 10 Mobile again, and those will be Pinball Star, Deep Immersion and Airborne MX. My name is Gerald. As always, I've got a couple of different things with me, which are of course, for instance, this Bluetooth mouse. I'm going to use my Foldable keyboard, which is this one at the side here, and today we are going to have at least one, maybe even 2 games which are going to be played with the Xbox One S wireless controller here. And all of those are Bluetooth devices which can be connected to the smartphone, which is going to be the star of this episode. It's the Lumia 950 XL by Microsoft. It has a Mozo cover at the back and is Continuum enabled, so it has a USB-C connector at the bottom and can be connected to that and go into this kind of pretty interesting mode, which is called Continuum. Continuum is a mode where the smartphone is going to create something like a desktop-like thingy, which you can, for instance, control with your mouse, with your keyboard and stuff like that. You will have, for instance, this kind of mouse pointer there, and it can be used a little bit as a desktop. It's not really a desktop system or something, but still it's a pretty potent, nice little thing if you want to use, for instance, any kind of office software or something. Then you can easily use this too. If you want to know more about all of this, please have a look at the corner up there. It's up there in the corner where I'm going to have a couple of different other videos where I'm going to talk about all of this, so just have a look there. Other than that, let's start with the first game, and just to let you know, we are going to switch back and forth between 2 different modes here, the Continuum mode and the mode that is going to be the mirror mode. In this episode, the first game is going to be a mirror mode one, and the other ones are going to be real Continuum games. So first off, if you want to go to mirror mode from Continuum, you will have to go to your smartphone, for instance, and as you can see, there is a little bit of a small icon which you can click on. It's a menu icon at the top there, and if you go there and click on display settings, you're going to be transferred to this kind of screen, and if you go down below, there is in blue written in a small little font, you can get advanced settings, and if you go into those, there is the option to do exactly this, so mirror the screen to the big screen in this case. And like this, we are not going to have all the full screen experience here, or maybe we will. It depends on if the smartphone is going to flip around, for instance, so the rotation is changed for the game or not. I think in this case it's not changed because it's a pinball game, so we will have to have a, what would you call it, a portrait mode or something in the game, and like that we are going to play in this kind of way. But other than that, if it's a game which can be played in the other way around, in the landscape mode more or less, it's going to cover the whole screen too. But still, it's of course just a smartphone game, and the whole navigational stuff and so on and so forth will not change from your smartphone part, so it's not going to be a full experience like in Continuum. Other than that, let's start with the first game for that. I'm just going to go to my all apps list down below here. I just had a little bit of a cleanup. It's not really everything reinstalled or something, but a little bit of a cleanup helped to get everything a little bit more tidy than before. If you are a long time viewer, for instance, you already know I have in general a couple of those, where is it here, for instance, not available ones. The not available ones just mean that they are not available at the moment because my SD card or my micro SD card is not in there that would have them installed. I have a couple of them and I'm switching them off and on and so on, so it's not really very unpredictable or whatever that these games are not available at the moment. You can of course reinstall them to the internal space or to the other SD card, for instance, by just clicking on them, but in this case I'm not doing that because I have the other SD card around. Other than that, let's start with Pinball Star. If I click on that, and I'm just going to turn around just to show you everything in a better way. You already can see I had it running, so we are going to go to the main menu first. As you can see, you have a very easy to navigate little game, but it's a nice one. And you can go with help high score resume in this case, because I already played it, and play. We are going to go with play in this case to just start right away. And as you can see, we are just starting with a typical pinball screen here, and all you have to do is now you're going to drag and down, like they are showing here in this little, let's say, tutorial, how you could do that. So just go down, hold your mouse and throw it, or yeah, pull it down more or less, and then the right ball will just go up. Just to let you know, you have to click on the left and the right side, or the right and the left side of your screen to play this game, so that the different parts here are going to register. And the biggest problem, oh come on, that was unfair. But the biggest problem of all of this is that you really have to go with your mouse to one of the parts here. So go on the left or the right to really use those parts. That's of course a problem if you are concentrating on the ball itself or something. So in the end, it would be much easier to play this game with your touch screen in this case. And yeah, this is more or less like all the different games are. If they are optimized for Continuum, they're pretty much, in many cases at least, optimized for some kind of desktop-like experience input device. And in this case, it's of course, as mentioned before, the one that you would use with touch. And there's just a little bit of a difference there. So I would recommend you to keep your mouse in the middle. Yeah, and that again. And try to go in the right direction like this. I'm not the biggest pinball fan anyway, so we're not playing this for a whole lot of time. But in the end, it would function if you are really into it. But I'm not, as you can see. So we are not going to go so much more with this game, but just if you like this kind of game, oh, thank you, I played it and I got a 1 star for it, perfect. Yeah, in the end, you can already see there are a couple of different other guys who have a lot of more of high score. I'm actually not really sure with these kind of parts if this really is an online high score or something, or if it's just something pre-built in, so you are going to fit in a better way there. But as you already can see, I have 29,000 at the moment, so I would go somewhere there, down below Jake, up below that one. And I'm just going to put in my name here, just to show it to you. And there we should be. And now you can just put in play again or go to the main menu. As mentioned before, we are not going to play this game very much because it's really one that you should play on your smartphone, and I just can't show you that in a very reasonable way in this case. But still a nice game if you like some kind of a flipper game, or this kind of pinball game in the end. If you like this kind of stuff, just try it out, it's a nice one, and you can easily play it without paying anything or something. Okay, so for that, I'm just going to go down below here, and yeah, now, as mentioned before, first off, I'm going to shut down this game we played before, and as mentioned before, to go back to your Continuum gaming experience, or to the Continuum experience, you will have to do one of two things. First, you could go to the settings menu and just set that to the other option there, or you can just activate Continuum with a click on the app that probably is already on. If you do that, you are going to switch over automatically to the known Continuum-like experience here, and you can just go on and play like you want to. So, the next game is called Deep Immersion, and Deep Immersion is a small little game which is more or less for, divers probably. So if you're a treasure diver or something like that, so you are trying to get some kind of money from treasure diving, then you can play this game. It's a nice little game which can be played with the Xbox One wireless controller, and I highly recommend you to use something like this. Of course, you don't have to use this one, you can use any kind of gamepad as long as you are using the display dock, like I am at the moment. So the display dock is connected to the big screen by an HDMI cable in this case, and of course you could, for instance, put in any kind of USB connector for any kind of wireless other than Bluetooth and stuff like that. And of course you could even do it wired if you want to do it this way. It's all fine in the end. Most of the gamepads are working with it. I'm just using this one because it's more convenient to not have a cable around. And yeah, it really doesn't matter, just use whatever you want there. Other than that, let's go to our all apps list in this case. If I go in here, you will see there are a couple of different games around here, and Deep Immersion is already there. I'm just going to click on this, and we are going to go into this little game, which, yeah, as mentioned before, I pretty much like because it really supports this in a meaningful way, and we can really easily play it like this. I'm just going to switch over here. So to switch over, if you're in this, just click on the blue banner there. Then you are in the touchpad. You don't have to do that. It's going to work anyway, but I just like it that this touchpad is there, and yeah, presumably it's not going to take that much of your memory and stuff of the smartphone away, but I'm not really sure about that. So just try it out. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not working for you. Other than that, just wait a little. And yeah, to get your Xbox One as a wireless controller or any kind of Bluetooth device, in general the gamepads are the problem with that. To work, you are going to have to long click on the button here. So if you are in this, just long click on this button. And if you do that, it's going to blink a little bit around. And after a while it's going to reconnect. And the big thing about that is that if you are in a game, I'm not even sure what he's doing, I'm just going to restart it again, just in case he had some kind of a problem or something. Yeah, in the end, as long as you're in a game like this one, you should do this once, because otherwise, in many cases, the Xbox One as wireless controller and other controllers, maybe too, I'm not sure, will not register in a meaningful way. And there we are. As you can see, it has a little bit of a longer waiting time to start it, but after a while it's going to come. And as you can see, Deep Immersion, in the end, all you have to do is more or less collect all the different kind of treasures you're going to find in the deep sea, more or less. And yeah, very interesting. You shouldn't swim into sharks in this game. So whatever. Anyway, as you can see, I can now in general do nothing if it's not registered already. So let's do that little trick I showed you before. Long click on the button there, wait a little till it's off. Now just short click and wait for it to reconnect. And if you did that, now you can already see the pointer there on the left with the menu is registered, and we can switch to the menu and use our Xbox One as wireless controller or any kind of gamepad now in a reasonable way. So first off, I'm just going to hit play so we can go in there. If I do that, you have a couple of different options with difficulty levels and stuff like that, easy, medium and hard of course. We are just going to play easy in this case because I just want to show you the game itself. You can go with different kind of levels here. I'm just going to use the first one just to show you how the game is working, and if you are ready, just hit the A button to select. If you did that, you're going to just see where we are, so anywhere next to Italy in this case. And yeah, what we are going to do is click on that, and as you can see, you are this little diver guy, and you already saw that there was an explosion going around, which is a bad thing, and of course swimming into sharks is a very bad thing, so don't do that, and don't be that stupid as I was. Here you can already see it, there was some kind of a mine, so there are a couple of different... Okay, I just have to swim around a little bit to get off or away from the different sharks. But in the end, all you are going to do now is just use your controller, swim around and try to collect the different kinds of treasures you're seeing here. And there are a lot of different sharks swimming around. Yeah, the aim of the game is of course to get as much of the treasures you can see here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Only good thing is that they are not not really hunting you, but still it's not too easy, because they are trying, or not even trying, but it's happening, that they are going to put your treasure around. So be very careful not to hit them. Try to get all the different treasure parts, because in the end you can buy or play more levels, of course, if you survive and stuff like that. There was another mine or something. And you can't go anywhere, so that's a little bit of a problem in this game, because I really don't know where I can go to. Can I go to the castle? Can I go down below and stuff like that? Yes, I can, but it's not easily visible, so only the blue part, of course, that one is available and very easy to go to. But as you can already see, I can't really go where I want to. But in some cases there is stuff that is hindering, okay, died, never mind, which is hindering me to go around and stuff like that in other parts. It's really not very well distinguished between those. Anyway, if you like this kind of game, just try it out. I think it's a pretty nice one. The main goal of it all is, of course, to get the score up to 1000. If you did that, then of course you got the whole level right. Other than that, you can just go and play the next level if you want to. I'm not sure if you have any kind of a limit when you can go there. I think at least if you're going over the half of the points or something, then you're going to be able to go to the next level. But probably you even can do it without that. Just try it out. I think it's a pretty nice one, especially if it because it really has a pretty nice controller support for what it does there. Okay, so to go out of this game and show you the next one, of course, I'm just going to go to the right corner there. It's going to blend in this normal closing button there, and then you should be able to go to other games. And the last game I'm going to show you is this one. It's called Airbound MX, and this one is playable with the Xbox One as a wireless controller too. Pretty interesting game. I think I tried it before, but I just didn't find how to navigate through it in Continuum before. It's pretty easy if you know how to, but it's very hard if you don't. So, this game is more or less a game where you are driving a motorcycle in 3D, but from the side. And it's going to really, it's a pretty nice one, I would say. It's more or less like those hill games where you have to navigate in the right way with your parts. But as you already can see, they have a couple of different added features here. So for instance, you can really fly around and stuff like that. And very important, if you want to start off, nothing is going to register here. Very annoying if you play it for the first time and stuff like that, but if you have the controller activated, the buttons which will really do anything are those. So LT and RT in the end will drive you in a certain direction, and after that you are going to use your stick to navigate more or less around, so to move your motorcycle in the desired direction and stuff like that. But if you are not going to give any kind of command to go left or right, because right is of course on your controller, the right one, and left is of course on your controller, the left one, you're not going to drive anywhere. And if you don't have a controller, just don't try to play this game, I would say, or at least not in this mode. If you have one, just do the register trick again. Very important in this game too, you can't really go without it. After a while, give it a second, there we are, connect it again. And if you, give me one sec, if you go around now, you might experience this, so it's not really working, even with those activated. But what I did then, hopefully it's going to work again, would be a little bit annoying if not. You can click on your menu button. And if you did that, now you're going to be able to use your controller. I'm not really sure why that is. If you want to have a look at what the controls are in this game, you can just go to the menu, and in the menu you have a couple of different other options, and one of them is to have a look at the different controls and stuff like that. If you go on this controls, you can see, okay, to drive on the left, to the left, just click this button and so on and so forth. Now it should register everything and should work. Don't ask me why I have to do this way, but it's more or less what you will have to do to really play this game. A little bit annoying, but whatever. And this little indication there is going to show you where your indicator or where your button is. And after that, just go over, go to the game again, go to that part, and there we are. You can already see it. If I press the button now, he is driving around and we can play the game. And yeah, as mentioned before, it's more or less one of those parts where you are going to drive. Woo, woo, woo. I'm pretty sure what's happening now. Okay, seems like I'm stuck somehow. I'm not really sure why, but seems like game is, yeah, it's stuck. Okay, sorry for this. This is more or less what showing you a game is more or less. You can run into trouble in this. Anyway, we are going to restart the game and try it again. Hopefully it's now registering from the beginning on. I don't have to go through all the process. If it doesn't, I'm just going to cut here and we are going to go to that one too. As mentioned before, just use your controller for the game. It's really a fun game. You can go to the left and the right with these buttons then, and it's very important to go in the right direction, of course, and there is another guide which you should follow there, but we will see if I will have to go to the menu again. If so, I'm just going to do it from the beginning on. So menu button is of course this one in this case. Other controllers have it in a different space, but it should work. Yeah, and as mentioned before, we will have to do the whole part again. I'm going to cut here and we are going to see us when I did that. Yeah, and here we are. I'm just going to press this button to go to the right, this button to go to the left, and this to more or less, yeah, navigate in the air. So to tell the controller or the person here that is driving this motorcycle in which way it should more or less rotate. So it's going to land in a reasonable position and not going to die more or less. So after that, we are going to press on that. As you can see, we are driving around here in a pretty reasonable way, and very important, if you played this, then there is going to be this kind of more or less flag, which is giving you an indication, okay, go to the other side now. Woo! Now we will have to navigate a little bit down. Okay, fine. Go the other way around again. There we go. And as you can see, the play field is going to change around where you are driving through, more or less. It's a very interesting little game. I really like it. It has different kinds of let's see. Okay, this wasn't good. Very different kinds of small little details here going on. I really like this game for the details. So it's a nice one to play if you are not driving into one kind of a problem there. But in the end, a nice one to play. Make sure that your motorcycle okay, is in the right position there, and yeah, seems like for some kind of reason we are stuck in this case again. So we are running into some kinds of problems sometimes, but just try it out. I really like the game itself, and probably if you would have a different kind of position or something like that, it wouldn't be stuck like this. interesting part is the game itself isn't stuck. If you have a look at this, the different leaves are still moving around a little bit and stuff like that. So in the end, it's really just something from the game mechanics which could be better. But in the end, a very nice game. I like the game very much for what it is. It has, changing background, changing weather seasons and stuff like that. So a really nice one. Try it out. It's, again, of course, it's free in the marketplace, and you should be able to get it from your Microsoft Store. Other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great time. Have a great day in this, hopefully nice weather we are at the moment at. And it's a little bit cold, but other than that, probably we'll have fun. Other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great time. Have a great day. See you in the next episode. Give this one a thumbs up, of course. Subscribe. And if you have any kind of questions, just put them down below in the commentary section. Other than that, thank you for watching. See you around and bye. Bye.